Just a few days after Claude Fable was released, an unexpected situation unfolded. Reports emerged that the U.S. government had stepped in and restricted access to the model over concerns related to national security. For users who had recently subscribed to Claude Pro specifically to experience Fable, the result was disappointing. Instead of accessing the new model, many found themselves redirected to Opus 4.8. According to the narrative surrounding the decision, the concern was that it took only a short amount of time for someone to discover methods of bypassing Fable's safety restrictions and pushing the system far beyond its intended limits. The situation created a strange irony. Anthropic, a company known for emphasizing AI safety and responsible deployment, suddenly found itself facing restrictions imposed by the same government it often works alongside on AI policy discussions. To understand how events reached this point, it helps to look back at the models involved. Earlier this year, Anthropic introduced Mythos 5, a highly capable AI system recognized for exceptional cybersecurity and technical reasoning abilities. However, access to Mythos was limited through a special program intended only for trusted organizations, major enterprises, and government partners. The reasoning behind those restrictions was straightforward. A model with advanced cyber capabilities could potentially be misused if released without safeguards. To make the technology available to the public, Anthropic launched Fable 5. Under the hood, Fable used the same core intelligence as Mythos, but added multiple layers of monitoring and safety controls designed to prevent harmful outputs. If users attempted to request dangerous or prohibited content, those safeguards would redirect the interaction and provide a safer response instead. In simple terms, Mythos and Fable shared the same capabilities, but Fable included an additional protective layer intended to keep usage within acceptable boundaries. When Fable became publicly available, adoption was immediate. Developers praised its coding performance, businesses experimented with new applications, and countless users explored what appeared to be one of the strongest AI systems available. For a brief period, enthusiasm around the release continued to grow. That changed when an anonymous researcher, known online for testing AI systems, claimed to have successfully bypassed Fable's safety mechanisms. The individual published details suggesting that the model could be persuaded to generate content that the protective systems were specifically designed to block. This claim attracted significant attention because Anthropic had reportedly spent extensive time internally testing and strengthening those safeguards before launch. The alleged bypass was not described as a sophisticated technical exploit. Instead, it relied on methods that attempted to disguise requests, break them into seemingly harmless pieces, or manipulate context in ways that confused the filtering systems. Although the exact techniques were not widely detailed, the broader concern was that determined users might find ways around safeguards that appeared effective during internal testing. Sources claimed that these concerns were raised directly with Anthropic, and discussions reportedly followed regarding possible responses. Initially, the company did not remove access to the model. However, events escalated when a directive was reportedly issued by the U.S. government. The order focused on limiting access to both Fable 5 and Mythos 5 for foreign nationals, and introduced restrictions that extended beyond users outside the United States. One of the most controversial aspects of the reported directive was the suggestion that even certain foreign-born employees working within the company would be affected by the restrictions. Critics argued that this represented an extraordinary level of government involvement in the deployment of advanced AI systems. Faced with the directive, Anthropic ultimately chose to suspend access to both models. As a result, users who had been working with Fable found themselves moved back to Opus 4.8. Observers noted that this appeared to be one of the first instances in which a major AI company withdrew a publicly available frontier model following direct government intervention. The decision sparked strong reactions throughout the technology community. Some developers expressed frustration, arguing that the shutdown disrupted projects and limited access to what many considered one of the most capable coding assistants available. At the same time, separate discussions emerged regarding claims that Anthropic had intentionally reduced performance on certain categories of AI research tasks without clearly communicating those changes to users. Others proposed a different interpretation, suggesting that the entire sequence of events could ultimately benefit the company by attracting attention, increasing demand, and strengthening regulatory barriers against competitors. Regardless of the speculation, many analysts believe that the greatest challenge facing Anthropic